turn your back to one another. Do not envy one another. Do not hate one another. And be slaves of Allah, to be like brothers. وَكُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ إِخْوَانًا, and be brothers, O the slaves of Allah. Okay? وَلَا يَحِقُّ لِمُسْلِمٍ أَنْ يَهْجُرَ أَخَاهُ فَوْقَ ثَلَاثٍ. And it's not allowed for a Muslim to stay away or to turn his back toward his brother more than 3 nights. So this is instruction from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another thing which is very powerful, in another hadith also for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned it. ثلاث من كن فيه ذاق حلاوة الإيمان. 3 traits, whenever it is in the heart of the person, he is going to have the sweetness of Iman. And it is highly related to al-hasad or al-baghdha and so on. He said that one of them is أن يكون الرجل أو أن يكون المرء أحب إليه. He said أن يكون أن يحب المرء لا يحبه إلا لله. To love the person, he doesn't love him for anything except for the sake of Allah. This is why whenever you're doing something for the sake of Allah with a group of people, it's highly possible that you are going to have this kind of level. You love one another, the brothers and sisters, they are loving one another because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no worldly gain at all here. So this is why you will not find the hasad, for example, okay, or bughd, or karahiyah, or such kind of thing. And if it happened, this means that your niyyah highly contaminated from the early beginning. Okay, but if you have a true niyyah or genuine niyyah from the beginning, then you are going to feel this, that you are going to love your brother or your sister just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then there is no hasad here, there is no envy, there is no jealousy, and such kind of diseases. The second point is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in a hadith, رواه الترمذي, hadith Mu'az bin Jabal, المتحابون في جلالي لهم منابر من نور يغبطهم النبيون والشهداء. In the day of judgment, those who are loving one another for the sake of Allah, that they are going to be resurrected in the day of judgment on pulpits of light. That النبيون والشهداء, the prophets and the angels or the shuhada, the martyrs, they are going to envy them. Al-Ghibt means that they are going to look and say, we wish that we have the same pulpit of light. Okay? So that's the point that I want to wrap up with. From these 3 kind of desires that I have addressed, now I wrapped up, I finished already. I'm going to wrap up within 1 minute to conclude what I've said. The spiritual barrier that we want to build, going through the 3 different desires, tangible desires, or intellectual desires, or psychological desires, cannot be achieved unless you really understand the disease and really address the cure based on what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. And as you can see, it is based on 3 things. Conception, correcting your conception, something to say, and something to act or to do. That's the summary of what we have said today. I hope that you can, inshallah, from this get some idea about really what Islam is all about regarding controlling yourself and building the spirituality in yourself. Jazakumullah khairan, and if you have any comments, I'm finished.
Any question?
Thank you very much for the lecture. The discussion and question session has already passed, but if you still want to ask any questions, you can, of course. Any questions?
Yes.
Okay, so you said that whenever we want to do something in life, we have to ask ourselves if it's truly for Allah. So for example, if you just figure out that there's something that you used to do and it just, I don't know, for example, for showing off or to make people love you, do you have to get rid of this action even if it's a good one?
No, if you rectify your niyyah in this case. For example, a person starts to make something, okay? There is the ulama they mentioned, but I couldn't get the quote. That the ulama, they started gaining and taking knowledge for something else, and they end up with nothing except it will be for the sake of Allah. Means that, especially for the student of knowledge and for religious knowledge, they start like they want to show off. They want to have more knowledge so that they can be impressive in the whenever there is a gathering or something. This is for showing off. But when they are growing up and up, then they found that they are going to turn or to rectify their niyyah. And then they are going to end up to really to have the niyyah toward Allah. The point is, if you start something good and it was not for the sake of Allah, in that case you have to rectify your niyyah. This is why I put a high emphasis on niyyah. You have to think, you have to judge it very well in the very first beginning. This is why the Sahaba before and the Tabi'een and so on, whenever they are going to do something, they said to the other one, stop for 2 or 3 seconds. He said to him, why are you going to stop? Just I want to focus my niyyah that I'm going to do this action. This is very important. That because this rapid pace life that we're living in, we do not put anything related to al-akhirah and related to Allah. Just doing it, that's it. Just doing it. No. In Islam, as a Muslim, no. You have to have this niyyah in advance. Control and adjust. Do you know that the niyyatul abd, khayrun min amali. This is not hadith, but Ibn Taymiyyah, he mentioned this is a right quote or a right understanding. That niyyah bila amal, the person is going to be rewarded for it. But amal bila niyyah, you are not going to be rewarded for it. So if you have good thing, just rectify your niyyah. Try to really correct it from within, from your heart. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make everything that you have done before to be hasanat for you, inshallah. Anything else?
One question.
So let us try to understand the sins more, because I think understanding, like Ustad said, understanding them will only help you in order to break the barriers for it. Without understanding them, it won't maybe help us to break the barriers. So I hope you understood the lecture. If you want to go through them, because I think we can use this lecture for everyday life, not just Ramadan, for all these. It's only that like the Ramadan works as a catalyst. It only helps us to do this, but we can use it always throughout the year whenever. So maybe you can rewatch the lectures again and I hope from his YouTube channel, yes. And maybe you have made notes of Billah. So thank you for listening. This is the end of this lecture. You can go away if you want to. And yeah, please. And for further lectures and events, please look into the Salam Nouri and MSAC web pages on Facebook, so that you can be notified and attend such events even more. Thank you for coming. And the number given on the poster, that's my number, so you can ask me anything you want.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jazakumullah.